Hey crew, how are you? So, welcome back to my kitchen. A little bit ago when Lisa was here, she had said to me, she said, can you do a video explaining what you always have in your house? Because you always seem to just, always have it, to be able to just whip something up. And so I said to her, during your class, that's what I'll do. I'll do a quick live and we'll go through my cupboards and we'll go through, whatever, and I will show you what I have. So make sure, hey Jeanette, for those of you that are popping on, make sure you say hey and ask me any kind of questions you want to have about this kind of thing or any other questions about Pantry in general, and I will happy to answer you. So some of you that I don't know, you don't know about me, but I have a whole thing about organization. Our house kind of just has this philosophy that everything has its place, and when things have their place, then they get returned back to their place, and the house is kind of in a, well, I'm not going to say always organized state, but relatively organized state, and it will just get untidy, and then, right now we're renovating, so there's just way too much stuff up here on the main floor, but nonetheless, let's get into this. So I take that philosophy and it comes into here in my kitchen. And so everything in the kitchen has its place. You can see it's not very big. It really isn't. And for someone that is in a business where, I cook and I have these phenomenal tools that I want to share with the world to make life a little bit easier, you can see in this space I don't have a whole lot of room. So every 6 months when I get all of the new products for free, I gotta find a place for them. And so that's what I'll show you. So first and foremost, I wanna talk about cupboards, okay? So I probably at some point in this will actually take the phone off the stand right now because I feel like I might be a little too far away. But over here, I've tried all different things. When it comes to like organizing your kitchen, it has to make sense. I have my coffee maker here, and I've actually divided it up. I've got the tea over there and the cooking blender over there, but this I'm going to start basically at this cupboard and just kind of move around. So over here, I don't know how much you can see. Yeah, you can't really see a whole lot. If you look up top in here, this is what I want to talk about up here. So these are some pantry staples. They are in containers. The containers are labeled and they are clear. So the reason I specifically bought this brand because I knew they were high quality and that they last and they have a great warranty. So everything has a place. So we've got cornstarch, brown sugar, icing sugar, cocoa, sugar, baking soda, baking powder, salt, chocolate chips, coffee, and I still have one here with stevia, which I have to say, probably gonna get rid of that because I pretty much don't use it at all. So it's taking up a little bit of space that it doesn't need to, okay? I'm a bit of a tea freak, so this is all my tea. And then down here, we use a lot of spices. So instead of buying sauces and stuff like that need to go into the fridge and they have preservatives or they have stuff in there that keep them stable and things that maybe I can't read on a nutrition label, we don't buy them a whole lot. Because making your own sauces and taking your food and making it more delicious doesn't have to be hard. It's just a matter of blending the right kind of spices and condiments together to make something that's super delicious. So one thing that I have to do in our kitchen is we really had to organize all the spices that we have, spices and oils and vinegars and that sort of thing. So literally here we are. This is just a bunch of different sauces. Ones that I absolutely will keep at all times would be a chicken broth, a beef broth, and a veggie broth. This is actually from a company called Epicure. It's Canadian. They're fantastic. They do a low sodium broth. So I always keep those on hand. I've got some other ones that are still super tall and they don't fit in my drawer that I'll show you after. Things like Italian seasoning. When I bake, you need to have vanilla. These are all just extra spices and things. I would definitely not say that they were absolutely mandatory, but these are just other ones that we use. And I put them onto a spinning rack so I can get to them. And then over here, I will always, 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 I've got a second one, these are just from Amazon, balsamic vinegar. I've got our kitchen spritzer, which I keep olive oil in there. Olive oil, sesame oil, rice vinegar, malt vinegar, white wine vinegar, and I usually also have red wine vinegar, and then I also have liquid coconut oil for cooking as well, okay? So these are some pantry staples that we use all the time to cook with. If we go up here, okay, I've got another one of those spinning racks, that's vitamins and stuff like that. But this is my flour cupboard, okay? I mean, I didn't design this kitchen, so definitely would not put these up high like this, but this is what I have to deal with. So I've got whole wheat flour. Actually, it's labeled whole wheat, but I noticed I had bought a bunch of multigrain, and I was refilling from my freezer, so this is actually multigrain. So I have some kind of all-purpose flour. So I've got my all-purpose flour, and then I'll have another kind of flour, and then I have coconut flour and almond flour. There's just different flavors. I wouldn't say that you have to have the almond and the coconut flour, but I make my own almond milk all the time. And so what I end up doing is I just strain out the pulp, and then I dry it, and then I now have almond flour. So something that's really, really easy, and it just produces no waste when you cook like that. Over here is like the snack section and some extra stuff for the kids. So this is a salad dressing. It doesn't have any like dairy and stuff like that or mayo in it, so I can keep it out. It's just really oils and vinegars and spices. I always keep honey on hand, some kind of nut butter. So I've got peanut butter, I've got wow butter, just sometimes the kids like it. In my fridge I just made some cashew butter, so it's there too. So I like to always have different kinds of nut butters. Things like almonds and different kind of crackers and different kind of cookies. I've got nuts, so cashews, different kinds of pasta, cranberries and raisins, panko. I keep this actually quite a bit. You can get the big box at Costco, and I just fill that up. I've got unsweetened coconut and walnuts, and this one right now has black beans, so it's kind of like stevia. I don't use it all that much, so probably taking up too much space. Down here, I've got a couple of, these are the discontinued flour sugar shakers, but I keep one filled with flour and one filled with icing sugar, just for baking. And for flour, it's great for when I'm making bread or anytime you're working with dough. Down here, I have these little containers that have seeds and stuff like that in them. So I like to keep my bay leaves, that's not a seed. But I keep bay leaves, hemp hearts, pepitas, pecans, sesame seeds. Usually when I take my walnuts off and I chop them and I add them into things like oatmeal and pancakes and muffins, I just chop up a bunch of extra ones and I throw them in there, and then I don't have to wash that again, my food chopper. And chia seeds, okay, so that's in there. Just trying to think. And then this, oh my gosh, this is a gong show down here. So it's a mess. Do you guys have corner cabinets? They're always such a struggle. Oh, I'm really, really close up. Let me just drop it a bit. And you can see, maybe. No, you can't. Hold on. Sorry, ladies. Okay, so, wrong way. Let me flip you around. So this, oh my gosh, this is, sorry, hold on. Oops. Did you guys watch Friends? This is like my Monica closet, okay? You'll understand if you watch it. So this is a mess. I can't stand these kinds of cupboards, but things that we always keep on hand over there are like tortilla chips. I've got some rice, different kinds of rice. Rolled oats, sticky rice is down there. We were onto a kick with it. Couple kinds of protein, which I just reordered some cereal, and I always keep steel cut oats. Okay. And usually this has pasta, but I just used it the other day. And then over here, I've got quick oats and I've got quinoa, and then that there, oh, it's a mess. It's a mess. But honestly, like corner cabinets just, they kill me. They drive me nuts. I'm trying to think what's over here. Nothing really that I always keep on hand. So let me bring you over here. So this here is a drawer. Remember how I told you that I like spices? Okay, so these are all typically the spices that we just use on a regular basis. So these are some of your standards, right? I'm not sure if you know, Pampered Chef has a ton of spices that we sell that are gluten-free and preservative-free and a lot lower in sodium than what you would find in the grocery store. So these are the ones that I personally absolutely love, like the Tex-Mex garlic and herb. I use that tonight for dinner. Sweet basil is amazing on veg. What's that one? 3 onion. Oh my gosh. Couple tablespoons of it with equal parts of mayo and sour cream, or mayo and Greek yogurt, and you have a delicious dip. Korean barbecue, so good. Smoky barbecue, that is one of my favorites. I just did ribs with him the other day. Smoky applewood's fantastic on chicken. And then I've got a bunch of other kinds of spices in here as well. These ones, I don't always keep these on hand. Oh, wow, this one over here, garlic powder, we use a ton. We use a ton of garlic in our, we use a lot of garlic. And then so over here, I've got another cabinet. So other things, Lise, and anyone else that cares. Over here, I need to buy onions. Okay, so this is my onion and garlic. And then right beside it, I keep all of our potatoes. Okay, so everything, oh, coconut oil, a big vat of coconut oil. I will always have that because it always just has so, you know, it just has so many things that you can make with it. So I'm just thinking, what else? I mean, I have a whole storage thing downstairs that I keep that just keeps it easy, but they're just probably bigger boxes, or I don't use them all the time, but hopefully that helps. So the whole reason, like I said, Lisa wanted me to do this because she was just like, you know what, what do you keep in stock? And so the way that we cook, in me doing this, me having all the storage and the containers, just makes it way, hold on, I'm gonna put you guys up. Sorry, I know this is so awkward. It just makes it a lot easier when you have everything that you need, then then cooking's not so hard. When you have clear containers like I have, you can see when you're running low. And so when you're out at the store, you can just grab them because you know you're low. Just put it on a note. However you grocery shop, maybe it's online, then you just know to refill them. And I would personally, like, if this is something that you want to do or become more efficient at, because that's something that I like. I love efficiency, all that kind of stuff. Figure out some kind of system for you. I mean, my system, you've seen it. This is essentially like an efficiency system. So figure out what you use often to cook. What are the things that you often are buying at the grocery store? And give them a container and give them a place in your kitchen. And then make it a habit to just always refill, restock. You know, if you're an online grocery shopper, then there's probably, you know, that general list that you just keep kind of going back to and back to. Obviously, fresh vegetables and fruit and dairy and stuff like that that needs to go in the fridge. Personally, I actually do kind of keep a bit of a system in there. Maybe I'm a little crazy, but you know, everything has its place and I can find it easily and the kids know where everything is. And so I just find, you know, I shared with you what my passion is. I want kids to cook. I want adults to cook. I want everyone to be able to, you know, be independent in the kitchen. When there is a system and a structure in place and routine, it's just easier. And it's easier for kids to learn from that too. So it just in my head, it makes sense. I'm a type of person, when there's chaos, my brain can't think. But when things have their place, then it's easy. Okay, so I hope that helps. Feel free to reach out and ask any kind of questions you want about this, and I am happy to share. So have an amazing night, And tomorrow is all about one pot meals. It's like, yay, really, really yummy. So hopefully this is helping you, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.